We are back. We are back, y'all. We are back with the Relationship Podcast. And we have our special guest, Chelsea. But we're going to do the normal start off with our co host, with the most, my sweet cousin. Go ahead.
My sweet cousin. I'm Sweet Mama G. Good evening. Welcome to our Are You For Real Though relationship show.
Okay. And we have Chelsea. And introduce yourself, Chelsea.
Hello, hello. I'm Chelsea from Chelsea's Natural Coaching, life and health coach.
Awesome. Awesome. And we have no other than, go ahead.
Baldy E.
All right.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
good.
And it's our time. It's our time this week that we were waiting for. And it's going to be a good one, as usual. So go ahead, cousin. You go ahead
All
and
right.
tell me what the health check is.
All right. Greetings and salutations, everyone. Welcome to the YouTube Street Tactics Radio. Are You For Real Though relationship podcast. We are on a move. I am so happy. We have a guest to talk about natural healing and relationships. So we always start off with our mental health check. We rate our mental health from 1 through 5, 5 being your most fabulousness, and down to 1 where you need some self-care time and wellness. Make sure you go into the chat. Give us your ratings from 1 through 5 of how you're feeling tonight. Let's start in on our guest. I'm going to start with her. We're going to be gentlemen and co-host lady. So Chelsea, from 1 through 5, how are you feeling this evening?
I really am it I really am a 5. Honestly, life is good and I'm truly, truly blessed. And I'm thankful.
Okay. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Baldy E. Come on, daddy.
I'm a 5 all day. Truly blessed as well. Feeling good. It's a Friday.
All
And I'm
right.
here with y'all. So
Oh,
Ah, look at that. Oh,
get out of here with that.
man.
Whatever. In our
Boy, I
comments, we
tell
have
you.
Dougie. Dougie is a 5. Welcome, Willie Boss. Tune in, yes, for some natural healing. And what's up, Pokey? Pokey is a 5. Thank you, Pokey. I'm so glad you're out of the sticks of Georgia, so you can get our show. Simply 10. Thank you for checking in. You're at a 3. We need you to get to a 5. Come on through, and hopefully by the end of the show, everyone will be a 5 who's not a 5. And last but not least on the screen, my fabulous chocolate thunder cousin with sparkling white and gold little shirt. Here we go again. We got some new stuff. So I'm gonna put on my white, gold, and black glasses to match his shirt that I don't have. So, concretes, how are you feeling?
I am feeling a 5, cuzzy. You know what? I get, I came up in school, they want crack jokes all the time, you know what I'm saying? And it make you feel like a 2, but I pop out the box and say, guess who? Number 5. And that's
All
me.
right. All right.
So Simply
Thank you
10
so
says
much.
she's a 3. She said, I'm a 3
Oh
for
boy.
wow. Okay.
That's him
Uh-oh.
coming in the room, boy.
Oh boy. We got
EJ.
EJ
EJ.
in the building. Our
EJ is
creator
one of our
beings.
regulars. Boy, she at 8 tonight. Good evening. Also, please be reminded, we also have our phone line check-in, 470-493-9928. We have a special guest to talk about natural healing in our program today. So before we kick it off, and she's going to fully participate, I love that red lipstick. Okay, Chelsea, I think you popped it on when we weren't looking. Maybe I wasn't looking.
Oh,
Maybe I had my
just
glasses on. Couldn't tell. You know, these old eyes. So,
How old them
uh,
eyes is, cuz?
huh?
How old them eyes is?
I'm younger than yours by 3 months. Get out my face. So,
Them eyes are half a hundred.
oh,
just like
I'm
yours, and you're 3 months before mine. Thank you
all
so
right, okay,
much.
okay,
So, we're going to get started. We always talk about relationship building. Today, we're going to bridge from, I'm going to pop from getting to know a person, then boom, we're gonna take it all the way to we already in a relationship and we need some help in this relationship. So I have three questions that came up in researching things you need to ask individuals when you are trying to get to know them in a relationship. So one of the questions are, and you all can give your comments in the section. Thank you, Dante. You're five, always as much as possible. Thank you so much. So the first question you should ask another individual when seeking them as a mate or to date is, what brightens your day? What brightens your day? So
Yeah.
Chelsea, I'm gonna start off with you since you're the guest. I'm gonna let you go the first round. If someone to ask you that question in the beginning of dating, what would you say?
I like to be pretty in depth, so I go pretty deep on questions that tend to sound simple.
Okay.
So with that, I would say companionship, as in like my friends, but my family specifically, that bond that I have with them that brings me total bliss. So in comparison to that, nature would be my go-to. Water, streams. I was raised on the beach, so that's ingrained in me. And then really deep intellectual conversation probably has to be number one up there when it comes down to between a partnership is deep intellectual non-surface conversation. Let's go digging. Let's open those
Okay.
files. Let's see what's in there.
Okay. Oh, Dougie said in a comment, a woman's smile. So if a woman asks you, Dougie, what brightens your day? You're gonna say a woman's smile. All right. So
Very
let's come on through. Baldy, come on, Daddy. What would you say?
I would say definitely good communication. Pass the basic information that brightens my day. How's your day really going? Let's talk about the things that you're starting off with, things that you may be feeling bad about already. Starting your day. Let's talk about that. That's what really brightens my day.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Don't deflect. Hello. In the corner. Hello, Concrete. If someone was trying to date you, hello, Sydney. I can't see your last name, but hey, Sydney. Concrete, if someone says, what brightens your day? What would you say?
You saying like if I first you saying about, okay, I see my lady and the first thing when I see her, a hug.
No. This is somebody you're trying to get to know, not your person you're already in a relationship with. Remember, we're starting to start from somebody you don't know all the way to now I don't like you no more, and that's when Chelsea gonna pop it.
A hug.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Y'all playing
said
too
it
much tonight.
No, I'm
So,
trying to tell you.
a hug.
Yeah, a hug. A
So,
hug. A hug is healing. Okay.
so
Okay.
Simply 10 says, I like to know how a person treat their parents' children or if they're still alive. I guess that's what they're saying.
Yeah.
And also
Yeah.
um, siblings versus vice versa,
Yep.
deflect. My family and friends and people I live brighten mine. So basically, I think more so people would look to say, okay, sweet mama, what brightens your day? Brighten my day is being able to come home in a peaceful environment, relaxing, taking some downtime just to meditate and to get my mind right. So I can be more spiritually grounded or more peaceful when I'm trying to get to know an individual. So I can have an open and clear mind to receive what you're saying and to be an active listener. So that's more so what brightens your day.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
Somebody may need to turn something down on their laptop or phone or
I
whatever.
think it's your fan, Baldy. Is your fan on, Baldy?
What do you hear?
A fan.
it feel like it sounds like a high, like just
Like a
high pitch
fan.
something.
Oh, that might be a thing. Hold on.
You know what? Now still here. Do you have something turned up, Chelsea?
Let me
Yeah.
see. I've got my laptop. But
It
Yeah,
might
see
be
if you can
Sweet
turn the
Mama
volume
thing.
down a little bit.
It might be Sweet Mama thing.
So it wasn't a fan.
It might be my
Okay.
thing.
Okay. Maurice Small said, "What brightens my day is having peace of mind and someone to share it with."
All
That's
right.
balling out. Yeah, that's real. That's
yeah,
real.
All
Um,
right. So
yeah.
thank you for those. Keep commenting in our section. So the second question would be, what does quality time mean to you? So I'm gonna pick. Come on
Mm.
through, Baldy. Come on, Daddy. Come on through.
Quality time to me is spending time with someone. I would say by water, good environment, good food. Uh, man, food, water, the beach. I mean, that's good to me.
Okay.
yep.
Man, sweet mama, you sound far away.
I am far away. I want to see if it was my fan blowing.
Yeah, it
No, so
sound
that's
like
not me.
it
That's
sound
not
like
me.
or Chelsea, see if you can I don't know if it's a do you have volume on your yeah. It's something real
It's
high
not a
pitched though.
fax machine kind
Yeah.
of weird kind of noise. So make sure
Okay.
you continue to comment. What does quality time mean to you? Greetings, Jeanette.
Any better?
Simply 10, 24 hours in a day isn't long enough as you think. No phones, no interruption. Quality time is everything. I think quality time is everything. I just think we don't have enough time to give it to individuals. Some individuals want to monopolize your time 24 hours a
Mm.
day. So you have to make sure that when you're clear in the beginning, when you're dealing with someone, are you going to make that time? Even if you're working, are you going to accept phone calls? Are you going to pay attention while you're trying to multitask? I think we live in a world that there are a lot of multitasking going on. People have a lot going on in their lives. So we have to make sure we also set boundaries. I'm a boundary type person. Don't call me at midnight during the work week. Oh,
Whatever
okay.
that was, I don't know whoever did something, but it calmed it down.
It
What
did.
oh it was okay. So if
Yeah,
it's
I've got an HDMI.
okay,
Okay.
or something may have to be lifted up or whatever, because it stopped and now it's back again.
Then I unplugged my HDMI, so it's my straight laptop now.
Okay. It
So
could be the
let me
fan on
see
the
if I can lift
laptop.
my laptop.
It could be the fan
That's
on
what
the
I'm
laptop.
thinking, and I don't
Okay.
know if I can stop that.
Okay. All right. No
So,
problem.
thank
But
you.
I do have a tablet.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So
It just
also
it's
just
gone.
think about that. Okay.
Okay.
We good?
Yeah. Yeah. It's gone now. Okay.
Okay, good.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Hey Sydney, Maurice Small, Maurice S. Quality time means doing what we, and by we I mean me and the person that I'm decided on doing, because quality time is what both people decide on. Good choice. Simply 10. I mean, when you do get it, it's very comforting. Great. A long time with a person that I want to be with. Please continue to give us the comments. We appreciate it. Concrete. Hello, darling. You trying to deflect.
Hey, cuzzy,
What does
why y'all think I'm
quality
deflecting?
time? Because you looking up there like you busy. You ain't. So, what does quality time mean to you?
It means the world because this world is so stressful these days, and I'm gonna tell you, it's been stressful the last week, but
Okay.
quality time means a lot to me. Like really, that's my getaway now. You know what I'm saying? And it depends what I'm doing because we quality time could be anything, but anything that makes you happy. So that's my quality time. You know what I mean? It could be camping,
Mhm.
mountain bike riding,
Yeah.
or it's a lot of different things.
Okay.
So that's my quality time, my peace. So and just if being with your loved ones or loved one or loved ones, you know what I'm saying? That's quality
All at the
time. You know what I
same
mean?
time.
Yeah. Anywho, go ahead.
All right. Thank you for your comment. All right, Miss Chelsea, what does quality time mean to you?
I think the big defining factor in quality time for me that I've discussed with my partner is uninterrupted. Um, I want it to be mine and his. So we have to schedule that. Obviously, it's not a all the time thing. But when
Mhm.
I want completely undivided. I don't want to be interrupted by family. I don't want it. We're gonna go do something like he Creed had mentioned that we both agree on. But for me, it has to be undivided. There's life is so busy, you guys. I mean, that's a common topic I hear on this channel. Is life is so busy, so that time doesn't need to be interrupted. So it can be anything. I think, like we've said, but it has to be specifically for me and him to reconnect and to be no phone and have some kind of engaging activity, not just sitting on the couch watching a show, I mean, and that may look different for other people. That may be quality time for people, but me, I need fun. I want me, you, and fun. Let's go.
I think also, no matter how long you've been with a person or you're developing to build, I think having those day to day conversations with a person is a great quality time where you can
Yes.
actually sit and talk without interruption. It could be going on a drive, you listen to your favorite music, you
Yeah.
reminisce over some old times, either one of you might have had that maybe spark up some great
Yes.
memories. And I think people think everything is equated to you got to fly me to Paris for dinner or
No.
take me to the chop house or whatever
Mm-mm.
else. It's quality time is free.
Yes.
Quality over quantity.
Correct.
You may not have a lot of time because all of us are busy doing whatever we're doing in life, whether it's jobs, profession, whether you have kids, grandkids, whatever you're doing, it's the quality of time that you spend with person. It's about planning it. Not only
Yeah.
planning, but make sure you have that spontaneous moment. Everybody do
Yeah.
not like planned activities all the time.
Correct.
Spontaneity also works as well, especially when you're trying to build a relationship so you know whether a person likes surprises or not. You got to learn the person that you want to deal with in a relationship status. So
Well,
thank you for
And
commenting. Please continue to comment.
I like
Um,
what Maury Small said. He said his kids are a part of his quality time. When my kids were
That's
kids,
good.
yeah, they were a part of
Hmm.
my quality time. And they are part
they
of my
still
quality time
are.
now. Yeah, even though they're adults, I love family. You see what I'm saying? I grew up with family, mother, father, sisters, brothers, and I still value that. At this point. So when I left my family to have my own family, I love family. It's nothing more that gives you more gratifying or just making you just feel happy that you have your own family and that you are enjoying yourself with and working for. So also Pokey said I love spontaneous. Sometimes it's the best quality time you can have.
oh yeah.
So
I
and
think so too. Thank you for commenting. I think also getting to know your person, and I think little nostalgic moments like a favorite bakery or place that gets smoothies or coffee or a new park to go hiking or just to sit around and or something like a little jazz or
Taking a
something.
drive.
Take
mhm.
Yeah.
that drive. You
Hmm.
gotta have that time if you want to put in the time. You got to put in the time. It's no half stepping with it. You got to make sure you do it. So let's move on
Right.
to our third and final question before we get into our interview with Chelsea. So our third dating question is kind of a long question. So listen, because I'm not going to repeat it.
What'd you say? Oh, my bad.
Listen, because I'm not going to repeat it. So, in your lifetime, what do you wish you had prioritized or focused on earlier in your life?
Mm.
But I'm going to
Mm.
repeat it. So, in your lifetime, what do you wish you had worked on or prioritized or focused on earlier in your life? So, I'm not sure what age group you fall in, Chelsea.
30.
But this, oh, you okay? Girl, don't remember them years. So, you
I
the
got
30
time.
group.
Yeah, she
We are
remember.
the early 40, season 40 crew.
Yeah.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So
Yeah.
don't try to come for me because you remember you older than me, cousin. Don't go crazy.
Eh,
So what would you have focused on, Baldy, early in your life since you're seasoned
mm.
gentlemen's?
To be honest with you, that's a hard one. Come back to me. I'll
Oh,
come back to that one.
I'm gonna tell you
Yeah.
like
was
this.
okay.
Okay, hold up. Let's do this. First of all, I think Maurice Small, that's a good one right there. He said his
Yeah.
education is something that he wish prior. And then also Dougie said uh getting that bag in order. And then also Pokey said that she wished she had more time to focus on family, but she was in a group force to work and support the family. So I get that's happening to a lot of women now. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I definitely get that. But me, I'm gonna tell you what I wish I'd work on. I mean, worked on. To be honest with you, nothing. If I messed up, I messed up. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It ain't where I'm from, is where I'm at. You know what I mean? So that gives me a peace of mind right there, not to look back at my mistakes, but move forward and just do better in life. You know what I'm saying? So that's where I am right now.
Simply 10. Me, I wished I had really zoned in on my career earlier. Tech, I did, but I was the good old boy system. It was the good old boy system. I feel like I could have retired early. I'm not in my 40s yet, but they're close. All right, girl, wait to get in your 40s.
Yep, half a hundred or something.
Yeah, you ought to know. So, Miss Chelsea, what would you have focused on or prioritized?
Um, I slightly agree with Concrete. I try to live life like my life is what it is right now.
Mhm.
But of course, I'm going to think about that question. And yes, I think that I would have focused more on the habits that I create. Well, that my circumstance and the people in my life created for me because I was a child. I would have focused more on creating better habits and having focused on self discipline, because that's a big struggle for me, is being self disciplined. So I think I really would have maybe dived in a little bit with my aunt Lori or the people in my life that did have that structure. But at
Okay.
that time, I was like, psh, I don't have rules. I don't have any of this. So I'm going to do whatever I want. But I kind of wish I would have done that because I don't think I would have had to fight so hard now
Okay.
against so many of those generational cycles. Disclaimer, they did the best they could. Don't get mad, family. Love y'all. But they did the best they could, but now I'm fighting pretty hard against some things. And that's partially what led me to coaching too.
Okay. Good,
Yeah.
good. Thank you for that response. Jeanette, I wish I had focused on myself a little more. I feel lost now that my hubby passed and my kids are grown. Have to learn
Sorry to
how
hear
to
about
make
that.
myself happy. Our condolences from our show in reference to your husband. I hope you are healing well and your path continue on in your life. So back to you, Baldy.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would change anything. Honestly, I mean, I agree this time with concrete. I,
Woo!
All time, man. I tell you,
Struggle.
boy.
I don't think I would. I don't think I would change anything. I mean, because everything makes me who I am today, and I mean, I'm a five today, so
You're
I'm feeling
fine.
great. So I can't say I would really change anything. I mean, definitely I would. Probably if I had all do over, I probably would spend more time with my grandparents.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah,
Okay.
because both of them, both sides have passed. So I
Yeah.
mean, other than that,
So let me expand upon that question that we asked. We run in good time, concrete. So about prioritizing and focusing. Think about individuals that you encounter in your daily life and you have conversations with. What are some of the things that they wish they had focused on in a conversation in their life, or things they may quote unquote, I don't say regrets because I don't
Right.
regret anything because it made me all this fine, this sweet mama here. But what are some of the things that you hear from family, friends, clients, depending on your line of business, your job, when you're having personal conversations? What are some things that people say they wish they had focused on? So I'm going to start. So I know a lot of women within my age group in their early to mid 40s who have driven themselves into their profession, going to school, getting master's degrees. They focus on their careers. So now they're in their early 40s, maybe mid 40s, and they have never had children or they've never been married. So now they feel pressure because back in the day when we grew up as individuals, they always talk about the old maid syndrome. You don't want to grow up as an old maid, which means an unmarried woman, or they said men who don't marry, they call them spinsters. So it's just those
Yep.
old terminology when you talk about individuals who've never been married. So for my age group, when I'm having conversations with other women, even with some of the other podcasts you listen to, in general, people regret not having children because they push for their career or they didn't experience marriage. So those
Mhm.
are some for me. What else for you guys on here? And please make sure you go in the comment section. Our phone lines are open 470-493-9928. Are we available, technical director?
You know what? I made a mistake and left the phone over there, so we're gonna use this other phone.
Okay, well, get it together,
I'm
technical
update it.
director.
I'm a update it here.
I
You
would
go
Okay.
ahead,
say,
cousin.
I would say, a lot of people in my age group that have been married, they say they wish they had focused on themselves a little bit more.
Okay.
They got lost in their marriages. They were young when they got married, or in this long-term relationships, they got lost. I mean, they didn't focus on their own self-building as far as education, career. They just kind of let their partner do a lot of it. So
Okay. So in the comment section, they love you, Aunt Rue. Are you Rue? Okay, I don't know who Aunt Rue is. Okay. All right. So Maurice says, I believe changing life will change your future. You would be the same you if you, and then it cuts off, be the same you. If you change a person, could be for the worse. All experiences are good or bad, made you the person that you are today. 100%. Thank you so much for
I agree.
coming. Please continue.
Yep.
So, technical director, are we up and running with our phone lines?
Yes, it's up there now.
Thank you so much.
So
The
yeah.
phone
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, cuz. My bad. My
now,
bad.
now that done ran off. I can't see. I was trying to do the number before it ran off. Now I got to put my glasses back on. Thank you, technical advisor.
I just think changing.
Amen.
I think changing anything about your life, like Maurice said, that may change your future. I mean, you're not going to be that exact same person you are today. I mean, and you never know. It could be better. It could be worse. I mean,
Hmm.
that's rolling the dice. And who wants to roll the dice like that and
Yeah,
lose it all? Possibly.
yeah. So, Chelsea, what about you and your age group? What are you hearing from individuals?
I have to go. It's kind of along the line with Baldi, except it's moms. They've lost their individuality. All they know is being a mom and a wife, and that's all they know. And they're not, Sheila, who that was. So so many in my age group are trying to balance finding themselves and their purpose again, but with their husbands as well, because now it's now all of a sudden you need to do this, or you need these changes, or you're taking 3 hours in the morning to work out, go to the spa and do this for self-care, but you never needed that before. So I've ran into a lot of moms trying to figure out how to navigate that. But luckily, with supportive, husbands that understand that mental health and self care is very necessary, when they have that support, it's such a huge difference rather than they don't. I mean, it's such a struggle to get them to take care or even consider taking care of themselves when how can I do that? How can I eat a salad in my family how can I not cook him what they want and I eat something different? Or so I think navigating that has been a big thing, and especially in the ages of between that 30 35 um area for me.
Yeah, and I think as you go along, especially in your 20s, you change in your 30s, you change again in your 40s, early 40s and late 40s, you're going to change
Mhm.
again. I
Yeah,
think your maturation levels, and it changed.
it
If
does.
you were a young parent and your children now adults,
Right.
you have what they call the empty nest
Empty
syndrome,
nest.
where your children are gone and you may or may not have a significant other in the
Correct.
home with you. So now I'm single. What am I going to do? The kids aren't here. I'm here by myself. I
Yeah.
want to drink wine. I want to go on these girls' trip. Now I got to figure stuff to do because I no longer have to run around to baseball games and football games and all these great things. They're off to college. They're whatever. So it's
And
a
that can
lot.
be overwhelming.
The sense of loneliness. And I
Yeah.
think, supportive measure, I'm an empty nester, but I like my nest being empty. I ain't lying. I have an older child, so he's been out of the home for a while. And you do, especially if you don't have a significant other. So we tend
Yeah.
to grind ourselves into businesses and education and exploring different things. I think women are probably the most educated people because we always want something, some type of self-care. We learning something. We're making beads and candles and shea butters and
Anything.
starting businesses. So we all over the place because we're trying to build that, fill that void of time that we don't no longer have for running around, or let's say you divorced or things of that nature. So concrete. Hello, thank you so much. In your age group,
What's in my
with
age group, brother?
family or friends, are there anything that you've heard that people might change in this genre of your half century of life on Earth?
Well, I mean, you change, especially as a man. Like me, when like I've changed so much, it's ridiculous. I've changed a whole lot. Like it. I mean, and I'm happy where I am with myself. I'm not a perfect man. Um, but I was thinking about myself just the other day when I was, like in my 20s. It was just like I was just, I don't know. My mind was just trying to find the right path to go up, but meanwhile not harm anybody on my way, because sometimes I could create a path of I hate to say destruction, but it's not, because whatever I did, I don't care if I was doing bad or good. I never wanted to hurt anybody through my journeys. You know what I'm saying? So I even thought about myself this morning. I go through a lot, just like we all go through a lot together. And today just living is just stressful. As soon as you turn on the news, we hear crime or just killings and stuff like that. So I had to stray away from the news. But I'm just a different person now. And I was actually just reading the scripture earlier. This is First Corinthians. Yeah, you try to act like I don't read the Bible, cuz come on now. Anyway, this one right here said, First Corinthians 11. When I was a child, I used to speak as a child, to think as a child, to reason as a child. But now I have become a man, and I've done away with the traits of a child. You see what I'm saying? And that's me. I ain't no little boy no more.
You
I'm
done
I'm
all
I
grown it up.
yeah, I grews up. So I didn't raise little, our kids,
Baby
you know what I'm
King.
saying? Yeah, you know what I mean? Got grandkids now, so I'm happy.
Amen.
And I think that's important for people
Mhm.
as you grow and learn, and not just romantic relationship. I think it's also your platonic relationships. You have to make sure you're building healthy relationships. We don't just talk about being healthy within ourselves, but the people that you give your time to, your energy to, and those people that you are speaking with on a constant basis. You want to make sure that you are in natural, healthy relationships. And natural means you don't have to bribe a person to spend time with you. Or say it's always let's go here, let's spend money, spend money, spend money, spend money. Those natural, organic. That's another word we use in the field. Organic. And a lot of people, you can just meet them on the street and have streets. Oh Lord, that was my boss. Meet them on the streets, and they have. You can have an organic conversation better than someone you've known all your life. So it's just about power and energy, and I believe that the chakra energies, it's your energy that you give off when you start maturing into your life and you start seeing. And I think as I've gotten older, I'm gonna use me, I've got more clear where I want to go. I don't feel like it's too late for me. I'm, almost a half century with my cousin,
Yeah,
but
half a
I
hundred.
think as
Half a
I've
hundred.
grown, I've become more steadfast on where I want to go, what I want to do, and how I had to heal from past traumas, whether it
Yes.
was relationship traumas, personal defeats that I felt was personal defeats. So I had to heal from traumatic experiences, having broken relationships with friends and romantic relationships. So we talk about healing and how you overcome. I always suggest that when you are a life coach like Miss Chelsea and in the same field that I'm in, I always had those alternative resources for individuals. I have not been, I'm very transparent of who I am. I've never been not transparent. I've had those moments where wanted to end Sweet Mama's expiration date in life because of
Can't be
whatever the
doing that.
circumstance was.
Right.
But you have to find a higher power. Not only higher power, you may have an angel talking to you. An angel could be someone here they're motivated to get you where you need to be, the extra push. And sometimes they come in form of a friend, a person, or just somebody you may have met, and they just spark that energy. So just because we're on a show does not mean we're not real people. It is not fake. When we do our topics, podcasting is a lot of work. We do
Mhm.
two. My cousin Concrete, he does the music and he got a queue up. The relationship stuff we do all week long, various topics we send to each other, what we want to talk about, because we want to formulate when we're talking to you all as friends, because we're all are friends and you all our co-hosts, that we're talking about topics that affect not only just me, but Baldy, Chelsea,
Yeah.
Concrete, and individuals we know. So that's why we
Mhm.
go in. We have these different individuals come on the show. We have different topics because we all struggle with something sometimes in our life. And we need people that are strong and we need people that can give us information. So now that we've gotten to that, let's introduce our guest. Where my
Yes. Hold up.
concrete? Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. I was gonna read some comments, but we can go ahead.
Okay. So, yes, definitely do not let people, negative people, steal your joy. As soon as you wake up, there's violence. Of course, some people refuse to watch the news. Some people refuse to go on social media. So it just depends. A lot of people workaholics and have to find what we call their work-life balance.
Yes.
Um,
Mhm.
and I think that's a
Mm.
big thing. It's a big topic. I was reading something assignment today. The work-life balance. People have not learned how to do that. I
Mm-mm.
think work life and your own personal lifestyle, everybody else's life, business, I think we need to
Mhm.
work on. So thank you everyone for comment. Please continue to comment and we'll read as we go along. Now I would like to introduce you, Chelsea. So Chelsea, I'm not going to give it away. So can you please introduce us to who you are, our audience, and are you for real though? And let us know what you do and why we invited you here to our podcast.
Well, I'm excited to be on the podcast. I'm grateful that I was invited. A couple years back, I felt a push to do service work. Really, in my heart, I was doing the 9 to 5. I was doing the grind. I had the making a good job. I had all the benefits. Right? Society told me I should be happy. I'm on the track to have that, American dream. Right? Um, but I wasn't. I mean, I wasn't. So I finally made the split and I started taking care of gentlemen with developmental disabilities because I knew it would fill up my cup, which I could then continue to fill up other people's. And in that weird process where I was like, I don't want to do this anymore, but I really love what I'm doing, but I can't make enough money doing this. The good Lord, the good Lord, he put health coaching and life coaching. It was an ad that, and I was like, what is this? I could make a career from helping people and advising and not even advising, but nurturing, right? Facilitating change in their life. So I thought about it and I prayed about it, and it just kept coming up. It just kept coming up. And I was like, what's it going to hurt? Right? I'm going to grow from this experience, and then I will have tools, right, to help these people. And I'm not just some girl, right, that is telling and trying to help people, right? They see this and they're like, oh wow, you know? So I decided to do it, and I broke down, and it was the best thing I ever done. And ever since then, I go around, I virtually, in person. I'm an in-person kind of chick. So anytime I can do clients in person, I do a lot of word of mouth clients. So I help, my niche per se is for me is communication, right? Is life coaching, but within that bracket, communication, because it is to me the number one key for all of it, longevity, every bit. So yeah, I started doing that, and I love it. And then I fell into a job that allowed me to kind of do both, right? I get to live a natural world while at my day job. And then I get to come home and help and really see these little crucial changes. So what it is habit-based coaching, right? We are looking at all of these little habits that create your life, that create your whole story, right? What you tell yourself. So that's what I focus in on. And I tend to really hone in on how we're communicating, how you're communicating with the people in your life, and how are you letting people talk to you? You know, so I've really been narrowing down that niche, and it kind of just came to me. And I'm just really running with that now and working on that, because without that communication, you can't talk about finances. That's the number one reason for divorce, right? Well, if you can't talk about it, you're screwed. Excuse my language. If you can't talk about what is it? They say money, sex, and communication. Number 3 reasons for breaking down in a marriage. Mm-hmm. Well, guess what? If you can't communicate healthy, right? If you can't make that partner feel heard and safe in that conversation, both parties now, you're not going to be able to have those hard conversations.
Mm-hmm. You know what's funny? Oh, my bad, Chelsea. Go ahead.
Go.
No, I was just going to say, you know what's funny? I just had this conversation, a piece of what you just said, in reference to finances. They break couples up easily, and it's been doing it for years.
Yes.
But it's someone that we know that was on the show before. They had just gotten married, right? And they said, we went to the courthouse and got married. And I said, to be honest with you, that's the best way.
Yeah.
You want me to tell you why? Because most marriages, when they try to go and bling out their weddings and all that stuff, after the show, feeding everybody and all that stuff is over, guess what's in your face? The finances that you chose to spend doing all that, when you could have just got married and had a honeymoon, and and just would have been happy. You understand what I'm saying? They went to the courthouse, and that's the way to go. You know what I mean? If you want to do it that way. So, I mean, what's the purpose of all of that? I mean, don't get me wrong. It's good if you want to have ceremonies and everything. But if you just want to go and get married and get your marriage going without all the financial drama, go to the courthouse.
What's up, sweet mama?
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you smile. You were smiling a little too hard up there, sweet mama. I'm trying to figure it out.
Listen, I got married in the courthouse, so I'm laughing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I got married in the courthouse show there, that big old book they make you sign.
Yeah.
It began there and it ended there. Thank you so much.
Oh
Yeah.
Lord.
I mean, ain't nothing wrong with the courthouse marriages, and
It's
I
not.
mean,
And I think they've dressed it up a little bit more as I've seen photos. A
mhm.
little bit more. I guess it depends on where you live or whatever. I've even seen
Just go on your lunch break.
brides come in
Right.
dresses and you schedule a time. They got their little white dresses
Yeah.
on above it
See?
wear and
Yeah.
chucks. And I said, okay, that's cute. And they had their little family members in the little room. So it just depends. That was more recent years. I got married back in the Stone Age in the
Yeah.
90s.
When she
In
got
the 90s.
married, it was a scroll that they
You're
hung up,
right. And it
and it
is.
fell
It's
right
actually a big
down.
book that's in the judge's
It-
courtroom. And it's a big old dusty book like Hogswort, like
yep.
Harry Potter, because that's what it looked like. And that's what we had to sign. A big old book looking like Hogswort witchcraft, because that's what it was, because I was a fool to get married. But
Oh Lord.
yeah,
Amen.
yes, amen. Um, and that was by happenstance. We already know Sweet Mama's story. We got put out of church council, so we couldn't get married at the church.
Oh Lord.
So we
Maurice
opted for the
Small said,
courthouse.
or you can go to Vegas, elope to Vegas.
Do what you got to do. Get you a good lawyer, and you got some money. Get your prenup. That's all I'm gonna say for
I'm
that
going
one.
on my lunch break.
Yeah,
Your
you know,
lunch
I'll be
break,
there,
man.
Baldy, because that's gonna
Hey.
be thunderstorms when Baldy finally get married. Got to find him a suitor. So
who?
I appreciate you saying that. The finances definitely that was one of wrong. Infidelity
Yeah.
is another high subject area we want to talk about with you, Miss Chelsea. What was the third one? Concrete? No, I can't remember. Finances. You didn't say
Um,
infidelity, but I'm saying that.
yeah, and it's really the finances. You know what I'm saying? But
Yeah, finance is a killer.
and then
The
also
finances, I
if
think.
if the head ain't trying to work, you know what I'm saying? Like in the house, to
Which
see. Go ahead. No, go ahead. Say it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
go ahead.
No,
Okay.
go. No. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway.
Amen.
Which head? So.
Yeah. I know what you.
So we talked about on the show finances,
Yep.
lack of communication, trust, and it was something else. We talked
Maybe
about.
Chelsea said it, but you know what? Maurice just said something that's important too. He was
Yes.
talking about, speaking of energy. Don't let negative people steal your positive energy.
That
That is
is
real,
true.
because I've seen marriages break up because of situations like that. And that's one thing that I'm not, like I can't deal with a woman that has a whole bunch of friends, because
Mm,
those friends may be the curse of your marriage. You know what I mean? You have
mm,
some, they not they single. You see what
mm.
I'm saying? And they're gonna hold on. This girl right here. I see you. Anyway, yeah, just, you can't let all that foolishness get into your marriage. You know what I mean? Your marriage mess up. And if you don't communicate, nothing is going to work either. Yeah, communication is very important in a relationship. Uh-oh.
Chelsea,
So
Chelsea.
is it,
Okay.
yeah.
No,
Oh no, we'll make sure we hear you.
one more
Okay.
thing. One more thing. Dougie said that, Concrete had his words on the back of them stone plates. Moses had the Ten Commandments. Uh-oh. Hey, he putting up a fight for Sweet Mama G.
What you
Oh,
talking about? Ain't nobody put on no. What you talking about?
He
Ain't
helping
nobody
Sweet
said
Mama
nothing
G.
about me. Ain't nobody
No,
said nothing about Sweet
no, he
Mom.
ain't say nothing about you, but he protecting this Sweet Mama G.
Ain't nobody saying nothing about me on here. Keep
Hey,
your
I
show
can't.
going. Thank you.
Yeah, it's going. But anyway, yeah, you can't be doing all that. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? We got EJ on the line. She said, "What's going on?" See, that's EJ. What's going on? And she'll come in and
Hey,
try to tell
EJ.
us about the whole everything going on. There's the number
Mm-mm.
down the bottom right there, EJ. If you want to call in,
Mm-mm.
do you want a link to come on? Come on,
No.
EJ. Yeah.
No.
But go ahead.
All
I'm
right,
sorry,
Chelsea. So we
Chelsea.
talked about finance, communication, and I'm going to throw in um, lack of intimacy.
Oh,
Yeah, lack of
yes.
intimacy.
I'll talk
Well,
about that all day now.
Oh, girl,
yeah.
come on in the room. Let's talk about these people that get shots with testosterone. They
oh,
buying all these
Amen.
man equipments and women equipments,
Amen.
and
Amen.
they want all this, different types. That come on, this
Who
is
this
rated
episode?
R. Come on, Chelsea.
You know, I'm just going to start with a complaint that I hear a lot from the the male side, well, I'm not getting it. Well, I don't ever get it. She always tired, or man, well, I'm a man, I need it. So valid points, but we got to look at the whole picture here. There's a breakdown in intimacy somewhere. There's a standard somewhere that has been put.
Amen.
Somebody is getting away with it, and there needs to be communication, right? So I'm too tired. All of this, that's an excuse maybe every now and then I don't say it. You're tired. I get it, but where's the breakdown? Why do you not want to be intimate with your partner? Are you mad because they didn't do the dishes 3 weeks ago? Maybe. Maybe they aren't being, and you aren't being heard by them. Maybe they speak over you constantly. So you feel invalidated, like your word means nothing. Well, I ain't gonna want to sleep with you then.
Right.
So looking at all of these aspects.
Her duties. That's a favorite word.
I was not going to even mention that word, duties.
Yeah, them duties, something else.
Anyway,
thank you so much.
And I'm going to take the word duty off of it, right? Because I don't personally like the word duty. Okay, I'm just saying.
Why you don't like the word duty, Chelsea?
Why don't I like the word duty? Because I feel like it's a demand. That's your duty. You better do it.
Okay, so let's say.
Okay. You better do it.
Co-host in our chat. Make sure y'all talk about this, because Concrete, that's his buzzword, his trigger word, duties. Come on, co-host. Come on, fam. Come on and get
I knew this was going to
come. Come on, y'all.
Let me ask y'all this. You know the whiteboard that they have on the jobs and stuff like that of stuff you got to do? So you come in on Monday morning. And boss man and I already put up everything that that has to be done on Monday. Right? So when you come in and you see the stuff on the board, how do you feel about it?
I'm getting paid to do those duties, right?
Okay.
Right?
So you mean to tell me that in your marriage, it's got to be paid. So your husband go out and work and everything, and he's working and stuff. And let's say you offer 2 or 3 weeks, you chilling. Are you eating?
Okay.
Are you eating? You're eating and everything while he's gone. So you're getting paid. You eating. But when you go to work,
first of all, Chelsea, let's cue Chelsea in. You're not supposed to work if you're married to Concrete or you're in a relationship with Concrete.
Now, I have a little bit of that prefacing. Okay. I did have a little of that prefacing, so I was completely avoiding that duty word. But you know what? Let's break it down a little bit more on the level the way I see it. So I just don't tend to like the word duty because it has a negative connotation to me. So for my example is me and my husband, hell yeah, you're right. He takes care of the things he needs to take to, and he don't ever want for nothing, right? And I mean that, right? He's
but you're saying one for nothing. You're talking about with what we was just talking about, right? Like
with my duties. It's not a duty, right? It's an understanding that I'm going to meet my partner's need with communication and sensitivity and compassion, as he's going to treat me the same way. So if I'm not feeling it, he's going to be like, well, what's going on? Right? Because that's not our average. That's not our standard. I don't just go, well, I ain't feeling it. He's going to be like, what is wrong with you? Right? Tables are a little turned in my marriage when it comes down to libido. So anyway, so yeah, the word duties does trigger me a little bit, but no, I do agree. And with a woman being in a, I like to look at it as an umbrella, right? You've got your faith at the very, very top. And then you've got the umbrella, which is the husband, right? And you've got the wife standing right next to him, not below him, not anywhere, but he's covering his wife, protecting, feeling safe, right? So that's going to allow her to feel that she can be submissive to him and make sure that he's met and needed or taken care of. So in that aspect, that's how I look at it. Then the kids come, right? Your
Uh-huh.
marriage is first. If your marriage ain't right, your kids ain't going to be right, and it's going to all go downhill. But if you don't have the Father God at top,
Okay.
things can get a little quirky, right? Things
Now
can get a little weird, but
I
that's my
like what
belief.
I like what Simply Ten just said. She said a chore is a duty. Laugh
Of
out
course
loud.
you
So
do.
whether people like the word, change the word, it's still that. So that's
Yeah.
my point. That's my point. When you come in Monday, and I know you say I'm getting paid. So would you take getting paid over your husband?
No.
Okay. So
I need a breakdown on that. Like, you're
the break.
comparing,
No,
you're saying that because I said that I get paid for that duty so break that down a little bit for me. How does that put you where
all
you're
I'm
like,
saying is that when you go in there to the whiteboard to do
Mhm.
what you got to do, for the week, those are your
Mhm.
duties. So
Correct.
suppose your husband wrote them down. You got a problem?
That's a conversation though. But yeah, I mean, if that was our system, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
If he left me a note, now let me say this. If he left me a note one day and said, Chelsea, I really needed your help in the kitchen. Can you please clean the dishes? You know what I'm gonna do? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go do those damn dishes. Because I respect him and we have an understanding that when he asked me to do something, it's because it's a need, right? It's not just him. You know what I'm saying? So I see what you're saying. So yes, if my husband asked me to do something, yes, but I'm respected. My word is
Right.
heard. I'm not spoken over and I'm not demeaned or belittled and expected. If I have a bad day, I ain't touching the house. I'm sitting my butt down and I'm probably going to scroll on social media until I go to bed. And I probably won't cook dinner. And I know that would not work in DJ Concrete's world. But
Amen.
yeah, I can get that, right? I can respect that.
Okay. So where's EJ when we need her?
I think for me, I think because I have a certain standard in my house, the dish is gonna be done anyway.
That's my husband's standard.
Yeah, OCD person that I gotta have stuff in
Yep.
certain order, especially before I leave the house. Things gotta be in a certain preparation the night before because you
Why he
get
done it.
got a lot of stuff on your mind. I don't think it's ever been a checklist for me in a relationship. It's just I just keep it running, keep it going. The same way I would with my house when I'm single and clean or whatever is the same thing I'm gonna do. I had days where I don't want to do anything, but you know what I do? Get my phone, sit 20 minutes on the crapper, as people say, and get yourself up, regroup, and you get it done. Because I know for me, I don't like a nasty house. I don't
Correct.
like that, never had it with a husband, boyfriend, significant other, whatever. But I think people have to understand, I guess it's how I would say it. I didn't grow in a household where my daddy gonna tell my mother he better not say duty or chore or check this to my mama because even at
She
80 and
gonna throw
78,
something at them.
she gonna give it to her, and that's Concrete's aunt. She will give it to him. So there's no duty, and she grew up in the same household as his daddy. So we got two different versions of relationships.
Let your father say duty.
My father
Let him.
said something. He set it off in front. Yeah, my mama said it off. She don't care.
So he can't
Very
say duty
loving.
because he can't say
Huh?
duty. He can't say
Call
duty.
your
He
aunt and
better
say
not.
duty. Call your aunt and say duty to her and see how that's gonna work out for
He
her.
better not say it. You
I'm
better
gonna have to have a talk with Auntie because it's just a word.
Okay, okay. And she gonna have some words.
Energy behind it.
Wait a minute. Concrete said the whiteboard. When he talked about the whiteboard, and
I'm gonna
boss
see where the
said,
whiteboard at.
Boss man said,
the boss said,
Cook my
Hey, I
drawer,
mean,
cook my salmon, clean my drawers, iron my
you know
shoe
what?
strings, shoe
I'm
strings. Yeah.
I'm gonna go back to right here with Maurice Small said. He said the
Yeah.
word of the day here is respect. Yes,
I agree.
you
I
want to
agree.
respect. You want to respect the whole situation, whatever.
Both
But
ways.
everybody,
Concrete.
yes, but everybody got to know their place.
So we need a whiteboard, like on Zoom, where you can put whiteboard duties, chores, place, and what else you want to put on there?
these are your tasks for the day.
What else we need? What else we need?
Know your place and do your duties or
Right.
else.
Exactly.
And then hashtag no sexless marriages.
Well,
Because that's on the rise right now. That's on the rise.
It goes.
I don't disagree that that's on the rise, but let's look at it further.
It's
on the
both
rise.
ways concrete.
Yeah.
Don't do it. It's both ways.
What you mean?
Because if a woman, I've known situation when women don't do their duties or chores or whatever, the man withholds their slongity dong, and she can't get none in her coon's pocket.
Amen.
Well,
It does go both ways.
There's my baby sister. Shouts out to my baby sister in the building. She talking about happy spouse, happy house.
Amen.
You know what? I
don't
like
like
that
that.
one.
No, you
I like
don't.
that one. I do.
No,
I
you
like
don't.
that one. Because
No,
the
you
last
don't.
time was happy wife, happy life. No.
Well, of course you don't like that one.
Right.
No, I'm
Right.
just saying, like, I'm tired of this. I'm just tired of people, you know, like when they come in the store, they come all the way, they could drive an hour away, right? And they come in the store looking at a bike, like he about to get it. He said, you know what, I gotta talk to the boss, I gotta talk to my wife. Man, if you don't get out my store,
There's nothing wrong with that.
it's a
There
lot
is
wrong with
nothing
that.
that's respectful.
No.
That's
Nah.
Chelsea, we don't have enough time for you to diagnose concrete. We don't have enough time in this meeting.
I don't.
No, ma'am.
I gotta leave that one because I could go.
And look here, here's my baby sis. She said, I don't believe in happy wife, happy life.
I
Thank
agree
you,
with
baby
that too.
sis.
It has to be
Yeah.
equal.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So,
I agree.
now when you say equal,
Okay, that's going on the board with duties, chores. What else? The word, Nan? Place and equal. There you go.
and,
Here we
yeah,
go.
yeah, and Miss Janet said you got a place. Yeah, I mean, I have a place, and my place is headship.
What is it?
Headship.
Yep.
Being the head of the household.
Oh, okay. I want you to clarify what that meant. I know what you was talking about.
Mm.
See, y'all notice every time I say head, and
No,
Pause.
we
somebody
just trying to clarify.
needs the definition of head.
Yes, we do.
Now she's gonna say we. She's speaking French, y'all.
Yep.
So
Parlez-vous
we, okay.
français?
What up, Brooklyn Z? What's up, Brooklyn Z? You just missed the Brutally Honest Rap Show.
Hey,
You gotta send us some more
Brooklyn Z.
music.
So,
We
Brooklyn.
said, yeah, we got options, Brooklyn Z. Options.
Yeah. So, and
One of my
also,
favorite songs.
Maurice, read that comment, Baldy. Maurice said,
When I lived with a woman, the expenses were discussed, I guess, on.
no, he said, I don't about.
I don't
spending
know
records.
about
Spending
spending
records.
records.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, I ain't-
Pokey says, wait a minute, let's go back to Pokey. Pokey said, who in the world will ever have a sexless, we're not going to say relationship, we're going to say relationship. Is there such a thing? There shouldn't be. Yeah, I had some sexless relationships. We ain't going to go there about that. That's a testosterone. Let's see. Simply 10, let's take the legal aspect out of it. You got a place, I don't know. Okay. If he come home and took those drawers y'all call the law, husband or wife, you snitching. Okay. Everyone got a place, Rue. Me and you both have always known, I guess, our places. All right, continue. Thank you, Brooklyn Z. Love the show. Make sure you come on next week so you can do an interview. 8:30-ish. Street Tactics.
Yeah. So oh no, go ahead. I ain't gonna say that. I'm gonna let Cuzzy
But
and
so
Chelsea handle it.
Chelsea. Now we're gonna flip. We talked about the money. Some people say, you know, they're not gonna ask their significant other for a large purchase. Some people say they talk about reckless spending.
Yep.
So we had one of, I think he was Concrete's friend. He stated that, correct me if I'm wrong, he and his wife do not share bank account. but they know what bills they're supposed to pay. Was that correct, Ed Love? Y'all
Yeah,
remember Ed?
yeah. I mean, he was saying like, in that I can agree with a little bit. You know, I mean, I'm not sharing no bank account. I am not. You know, I don't need to share a bank account. I don't need to share no car. I don't need to share what else? No house and all that old stuff. I mean, I know y'all talk about marriage 50-50, but let
It's
me tell you
100,
something.
100.
Yeah, well, when it comes to the woman and she break off, I ain't even gonna get into that. But I'm just telling you like this. I ain't doing. I'm not sharing it. You know, I'll make sure she has her own and I have my own. You know what I'm saying? And then if there's a like, I'll do like a debit card or some type of card, and then you know, I'll put the money on it. You know that we need to spend it. You know, go ahead and handle it like that. But I ain't about to have no bank accounts together.
So, what do you think about that, Chelsea, from a life coach relationship standpoint?
So I've actually had this conversation a few times about the bank accounts together and the bank accounts separate. I am an advocate for the separate bank accounts. That's what works best for me and my husband. My money is my money. His money is his money. We've agreed. We split the bills. I mean, that's just our the way we do it, right? He covers the rent, I cover utilities, and it works out great. I don't want to have, if my bank account was tied to him, I would probably stress my husband out so bad. He is kind of like you were referencing, sweet mama, a little OCD, and he likes things to have a place and everything to be, yeah, very much so. And his family calls him a bit of a neat freak. So I like Simply Ten's comment, like, why does he have to come home and do the dishes? Well, that is part of our agreement. If I cook, he cleans the dishes, right? So, and I know that's not for everybody, right? That's what I mean about sitting down and having these conversations. Do you like to clean? I hate it. But if you think that I'm going to, having these expectations in you, but back to the money, I have people that are grew up with, that's what you do. You put your money together. You get a bank account together. That's part of the marriage process. But I've seen it lead to some issues, right? I've seen it lead to people getting into fights because they didn't approve of that purchase, or it being slightly reckless spending on somebody else's end, or the woman maybe doesn't work and wants more, and her allowance is the word I thought of when DJ Concrete was
Hello.
referring to giving him a little credit card. Here's your allowance, sweetheart. Don't go over. I
Hello.
don't know. I think that really does depend on
Oh,
what
okay.
y'all's
You trying to get
finances
on?
look like and what your
Oh,
situation is.
I believe
who's it?
so.
Leslie?
For some of us who never was taught that information, like
Yeah.
I grew up in a two-parent household. My parents are still together. My mother never had a bank account with my father, but like a small account because they
Yeah.
have a joint mortgage. So if something would happen, they had to write something off of that. That was
Yeah.
different. So I was not taught to have bank accounts in certain things. Like I was
For
married for
sure.
14 years. I didn't have a bank account with my husband. I didn't want to co-sign for a car.
Yeah,
We
right.
didn't share like telephone, like cell phone bills, none
Mm-mm.
of that. So we just kept it separate. Back in the day when I was there was prepaid phones involved before,
Yeah.
Nextel and all those good things came out.
Hey, cousin.
But
We have a caller. That
okay.
can you hear his caller?
Yeah, I can hear you, baby.
Can you?
Is that Granny?
No, it ain't Granny, baby. It ain't no Granny. I want to
Who's
know why
that?
y'all gotta have a separate bank account.
Who that is?
I'm not sharing a bank account. I'm gonna like I told you, I'm gonna keep my bank account separate, hers separate. If she need money, let's say if she ain't working for a couple weeks, you might have to turn your radio down or the phone
You
down.
turn your radio down. You don't tell me what to do.
Oh,
Got games. Got games,
You
boy.
you
Ow.
turn your daggone radio down.
They got jokes. Read some comments, y'all.
Ah,
Simply 10.
Brooklyn Z. Mari says there should be 3 accounts. A fourth of both paychecks should go into
We got
an
another
account
caller.
just for bills and savings. Yeah, the
Hello.
excuse was when you become one. So does everything you own, including your account. Dougie says, does anyone like to clean, or is it that they just like to see this clean?
That's true.
We just
That's
got a new
true.
caller in. Who just called in?
This is Maurice.
Oh, what's going on, Maurice?
How you
What's up,
doing?
Maurice?
We got
Hey,
Maurice on the line, and he was actually displaying some good comments. But go ahead, Maurice. What you wanted to bring
Let
up?
me explain. Let me explain why I believe that there should be 3 bank accounts. He should have his. She should have hers. But at least a fourth of both of their paychecks should go into one bank account for bills, saving, and actually going on trips.
Okay. So you saying?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I'm done. Go ahead.
Now I was going to ask. So you're saying that okay, you have your personal bank account, and your wife have her personal bank account, and then the other bank account would be for bills and trips and stuff like that.
Yeah. It should. Just the fourth of the money, not a lot of it, because nobody should just be forfeiting their whole paycheck.
Right. You know what? I can agree with that. I can dig that one right there. But the only thing, say for instance, like a vacation, I think I would actually have a separate account or a separate card for that, because that's kind of like free money that you're not throwing away, because it's a vacation, and you're gonna get joy out of that, and it's in peace. So that's a very good investment, for a vacation. But I would keep that separate. I would actually get like a debit card, or if you want an account, and if both of y'all going to put into that. But usually with me,
I mean, both names should be on the account, so where both parties have access to the account.
Yeah, that one.
Yes.
I'm saying, yeah, but I would definitely have my personal account. I agree with that. Go ahead, Chelsea.
No, I just agree with him that my husband's on my account and I'm on his account, but they're totally separate, right? So he can always, if something does happen, he can help me out and I can help him out, but they're still separate. So I was just agreeing with Maurice.
But then there's that one little piece of that chestnut that's just sitting right there, that you can dip right into, like for even for just emergency.
Okay.
You don't have to dip into somebody. Nobody has to dip into each other's actual private fund. It's that community fund that just sits right there.
Right. Yeah, I can probably agree to something like that over time, but I'm gonna just keep it simple. It's gonna be my bank account, her bank account, and then the bank account, for groceries or whatever else we trying to do here. I'll leave it like that. But I'm just not doing no split bank account on everything. Nah, I ain't doing that.
So how do you get, Maurice, since you calling in? How would you get your significant other to? How would you communicate that to your significant other, Maurice, since you're calling in?
Well, just like you said, it would just be communication. We would talk about it. We would work on it. We would talk. We would work out the numbers. We would, if I made more than her or she made more than me, we would talk about the numbers where it would equal right down the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody would feel like they were losing.
Okay.
Say that one more time. You had cut out. Say that one more time.
Oh,
No, Maurice, you still on the line, Maurice? Maurice?
this big sis.
Oh, my big sister Leslie.
This big sis.
What's up, Leslie?
I want to know. Do y'all people trust each other who got married?
Nope.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing.
That's
Trust.
what I want to know.
Yes, you will trust.
When you get married, you become one. So what you just start splitting things up? I'm a little confused here.
No, we can become one, but also we won as one person, but our bank account separate. I don't care how you call it. We won, but they still separate. Yeah, I do trust.
Well,
but go ahead.
Well, is your trust limited? Because I mean, I'm married, and we our names on all accounts together.
Okay.
So I'm a little confused with people that's married that got all these separate bank accounts. You got your money and I got my money. Your money is her money and her money is your money. It's how it should be.
Yeah,
so can I ask you a question, Leslie? Hi, cousin.
What you want, cousin? What you want?
So you have your view on that, and then you have Concrete's view. How did he come to that measure, and you grew up in the same household as him?
Cause he crazy and I ain't.
Oh, okay, there you go. We've been saying that forever.
No, well,
sis.
I'm here.
Oh, your phone that faded out. What'd you say?
Oh no. Okay. Well, you know what else I would say?
What's that?
The guy Maurice and y'all probably are breadwinners. So breadwinners sometimes tend to want to separate their money.
You know what, big sis? I'm gonna give you those points for that. Yeah, I agree, and that's what it is.
That's what
I kind of agree with that because my mom was the breadwinner. I ain't got no bread. So right now I'm a single slice of bread. I don't have no bread to put in a loaf together. But right now I'm a single slice, so I'm winning because I'm a single slice. But you know, those people who tend to be the breadwinner kind of make the decision on the finances and how it's gonna roll nowadays in a relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
we're gonna read some of these comments here in a second too. But you know, the thing about that's where you got to get to know the person from the beginning. That person has to understand that you are the breadwinner and that she is coming to live under your law. You see what I'm saying?
What if she's the breadwinner? What if she's the breadwinner?
Well,
and then the guy's going to come in and live under her law, and then he's a beta. But go ahead, big sis.
I just think that when you marry, know the true meaning of marriage before you get into it. Because if you're going to get married and start separating everything, then you got a problem. And it sounds like it's a trust problem because you shouldn't have to separate anything in your marriage, anything. You know, right. Somebody always going to spend more money than the other person. You know what I mean? But all those separate accounts is crazy.
You know what, sis? The way you're saying it is it is the right way. It's the way it's supposed to go. But what about and I'm not saying this about, you know, my mate. I'm not saying this. Yes, I have a trust issue with that. So
well, if you can admit to it, then that's it.
Yeah, and that's how it is. And it's not against my mate. It's not against her. That's me. I'm holding myself accountable for that. So I guess on the same note, it's like this. It's like if I mess up, I don't need both of us messing up. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So the money has to be there. You see what I'm saying? Because I'm not perfect. Things happen. And see, with me, you gotta remember, I don't work a 9 to 5. I work make how I'm about to set up tomorrow to make this money. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference. I have never been. I mean, how many jobs have I had since you know what I mean? I ain't had that many jobs. Yeah.
One.
And I'm about to be half 100.
I know that's right.
You see what I'm saying? So, but anyway, we got a lot of good comments to read, and you can stick on the line, big sis. I wonder what happened to Maurice because he
said y'all cut him off.
Oh no! Tell him if he wants to call back in. That was my mistake. I was trying to pick up the line. Yeah, call back in, Maurice.
So let's look at some of the comments.
I want
to go ahead, Leslie. Go ahead.
I want to hang up so I can listen.
Oh, okay.
And I'll be calling y'all back. Y'all say something now and night. I'm calling Maurice back too. No, I'm just
Thank you for calling in, cousin. So Jeanette says she bye girl. Her late husband, she was bad with money. Pokey said one man standing is one together against other people. It doesn't mean shared bank accounts. That's true. Dougie, get off my cousin. Yes, that's Leslie. That's Big Liz. Cuzzy Pooh. Pokey, let me read correct my statement. My man can have all my money because if you don't take it, I won't have any. Oh my. Brew, I'm like Skipper. James
Hold
says,
on,
what's the
James.
number
Oh, he just called in,
to
and
call
actually,
in? It's
this is a
James.
brother that I know, and me and him debate and talk about a lot of things. What's up, James?
Hey, what's going on, man?
Nothing much, nothing more. I know you got something for us.
No, absolutely. I'd like to chime in on the present conversation.
Okay, go ahead.
The first thing is everybody's not responsible with finances.
Thank you.
So, when you get in a marriage, you got to determine who's strong at this and who's weak at this and work as a partnership. So it's not a matter of my money, your money, and, all these different accounts. It's who's the better money manager. Because not nobody's good. Everybody's not good with managing money.
Right.
And somebody's got to take the lead and be accountable for what you spending your finances on. Yeah, I agree that you should, set aside funds, whether it be in a savings account or separate account for things that you want to do, such as trips or major purchases or things of that nature. But when it comes to running a household, it's a business.
Yep.
And anybody who's married, you're partners in a business.
Yep.
Love, no bills.
Because marriage is a business.
Marriage is a business.
Surely is. And see,
that's a big portion of being married.
Yep. And
married.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jay.
Yeah. So that's my take on it, and I think I'm a pretty good judge of it. I've got 33 years invested, in marriage, and we're still together.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And see, here's the thing. Like I said, marriage is a business, and then with marriage being a business, you got to have a boss, and that boss be the head. And so, within that marriage is duties, whether they like it or not. It's womanly duties and manly duties. Am I wrong, James?
No, you absolutely right. But I would, tell any man who's supposed to be head of his household, behind every man is a good woman, which means she's able to influence which way the head turns.
Right.
And if you get a man that don't know that, he don't really know what it is in a relationship with a woman. Because a woman has a lot of power. Just to give you a good analogy, when you're playing a game of chess, the king is the head, but the king doesn't have all the power on the table. The queen is the most important piece on the board. Absolutely. Even though, she submits herself to what the king needs, she's there to support the king, and the king is there to support her.
Now, what he just said, I just want y'all to know, me and this brother talk like every day. And I want y'all to know, yes, I do agree with what he's talking about. But see, how many women out here can be queens?
Oh.
That's
the question. That's the problem.
Oh, y'all make sure y'all go in the comments. Concrete, ask the question. How many women out here can be queens? Chelsea, would you like to comment on that one, darling?
I don't really know.
And go ahead.
Go ahead. No, you please.
I'm gonna say this, not to make it like it's one-sided. How many men can be kings?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Agree.
So that's why we have these insecurities or distrusts, because so many things are broken in that whole business or that whole system. So you're gonna have people like me that say what I say, and I'm not right about everything, and not even trying to act like I'm right about everything. But I do believe in what I believe in until I'm proven wrong or until I experience something different. I don't mind being right this day, but then I'm wrong tomorrow. I don't mind. So, and go ahead.
Oh no, I was just saying thank you for the comments. Thank you for our co-hosts on the side. You all did get a blocker and spaying them out for us. Our technical advisor is actually participating, so he didn't catch us. So thank you, team. Thank you for those of
Yes,
you who caught
we.
that blocker and
Oh,
knocked them out. Thank you so much.
we have another call coming in again. I think it's Big Sis. Thank you for calling all you for real though podcast.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
I got a comment.
Go ahead.
I wanna pick up on what Mr. James said.
Okay.
Let Mr. James know that marriage is not a business; it's a union.
Hold on. I'm gonna merge the call. Hold on. Hey James, you still there?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Okay. Now,
Mr. James,
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. James, let me tell you something, okay? This is big sis, okay? Mr. James, a marriage is not a business. A marriage is a union between a man and a woman, okay? Now, if marriage is a business, when she do things for you to make you feel a certain type of way, do you pay her? Because I need to know.
Can I be perfectly honest with you?
Sure.
I'm a godly man, and I do believe that marriage is a union.
Yes, it is.
I would never take that away from marriage.
Okay.
But what a lot of people don't understand, and I'll reiterate it and I'll say it again, love does not pay bills.
Okay. But did you know that before you got married?
You know what? I
What?
learned. See, I'm from the old school.
Yeah.
I'm not a young man. I'm almost 60 years old. I may
Me
sound,
too. Me
I
too.
may
That's why I
sound-
called you. You sound seasoned.
Yeah, I'm a very seasoned person. I was brought up that a man takes care of a woman.
Yeah.
She don't work. She stays home. If they have a family, she takes care of the family. She takes care of the household.
I
And she
got
makes
that.
sure everything in the house is the way it should be. So when that man gets home, he has a proper place to come home to.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're missing with, the generation that we have now. But you don't have men that have that quality, that have that mindset, or even the ability to take care of a household. And I don't take anything away from a woman who has a career, a woman who has her own mind, who has independence and things of that nature. I applaud that, because women do need to have their own identity and fulfill their own dreams and goals. But my thing is this: when you're running a household and you're running a marriage, it is a business. Don't get me wrong.
I disagree 100%.
Yeah, but the reason why you disagree is because you're not looking at it in the aspect of how a business is ran.
Yeah, I do. I've run my own business. Been doing it since 2003. So yes, I do.
Okay. So you have overhead in a household. You have overhead in a household.
No.
You have expenses in a household.
I surely do. And I have a husband that works just like I do. So you talking about a woman. Wait a minute. You talking about a woman back in the old days. My brother Justin of Concrete, he was raised just as you said. The wife can stay home and do this. Okay, so now you got to remember, it's 2022. Women don't always want to stay home and clean up and make sure the house is done. If the roles reverse, would you do that? Do I need to pay you? Wait a minute. But it's almost like when men are breadwinners, they think the woman's supposed to stay home, and when he come home from work, the house should be clean. This should be this way and that way. But that's, things changed a little bit, Mr. James. Okay, so I work just like my husband did.
So, big sis,
yeah.
Let me tell you what you missed about me. I said that's the way I was brought up.
Well, I'm from the old school too, right along with
what I'm telling you at this particular point.
Yes,
that is not the way my household is ran now. The reason why I keep bringing up marriage being a business, and you're missing the point of why I say a business, we live on a 30-day cycle, ma'am. See, we live on a 30-day cycle, which means that there are certain things that have to be taken care of every single 30 days. Whether we like it or not, it's part of life. So when you live on a 30-day cycle, you have to consider the business aspect of what I'm talking about. I'm not saying that my marriage is an LLC. And
I understand. Business, listen, if you look in a dictionary, business means business regardless, if LLC is behind it or not. If you are in a business in your relationship, I respect that. But I do disagree with you. So we're going to agree to disagree. It's not going to change. I'm married. I'm in a union of marriage, not in a business of marriage. So tonight, after you hang up from Big Sis, think about that for a minute. Think about your business. If people getting paid for what you're doing.
Different things. I'm not paying my wife to be my wife.
Well, I understand. But just in general, to hear that, my wife, I'm in a business. I'm in a business with my wife. Well, what business are you in? Well, I'm married to her. That's the answer.
But see,
you didn't say it, but that's what it sounds like.
Let me say this.
That's what it sounds like.
Yes, marriage is a union. Marriage is a union, but the marriage has to be ran like a business. And I'm saying
is that Big Sis? Big Sis, I'm a big brother. I mean, little brother.
Yeah, that's
I'm
no
gonna
brother.
knock you out when I see you. Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth.
So here's the thing.
See, the only reason Big Sis that I can speak on that is because I'm a lot like Stewart. Okay, I run a multi-million-dollar business. Okay, and have ran multi-million-dollar businesses all of my life.
See, I got you now. I see where your head is. I got you.
So
you business minded.
So when it comes to my household, God is number one. Okay, yes. I am not number two. Jesus Christ is number two, and he's supposed to be my
He's
sword.
Your head. Yeah, he's your head.
And my head, so that my wife can follow me, because when I'm not following Jesus Christ and God our Savior, she ain't supposed to follow me, because I'm leading her down a wrong path. But my basic thing is this: I realize that in our household, once again, we live on a 30-day cycle, which means things have to be taken care of and have to be paid every 30 days.
But Mr. James, guess what? If my husband was running a multi-million-dollar business, and he wanted to title my marriage a business, it can be a business, okay? I'm agree with you there. It can be a business all day. Every 30 days, I'm in a business with my husband. You should have said that from the beginning, okay? You don't sit up there all intellectual. Well, I'm in a business. You should have said that from the beginning. I wasn't like, you right, we're in a business, honey.
Amen.
Lord.
All right. Thank you for our callers.
You should have said that a long time ago, Mr. James, wasting my time.
Hey, that money says a lot, doesn't it?
What? We
are
all right.
I clean the house.
We are all right at the end of the day.
Food ready and everything.
I'm enjoying you guys. I gotta go.
All right, James. I'll see you Monday.
Go to bed somewhere wasting all my time saying all that. You should have said that from the beginning.
All right, James. All right, so go ahead, cousin. What you about to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say thank you for our callers who called in. We definitely appreciate you. Chelsea, thank you so much for coming in. Would you like to give us some of your business details before we wrap up?
Yeah, right now my business Facebook page it's on Facebook, obviously. Chelsea's Natural Coaching. You can message me there, or Chelsea Lowe on Facebook. That's probably going to be the best way to contact me, or via email at Chelsea's Natural Coaching at gmail.com.
Okay.
So
Awesome.
reach
Thank you
out.
so much for coming
Thank you,
in.
Chelsea.
We definitely like you. Thank you for participating in our show. We have to invite you back because you see the
Please.
topic. We're supposed to end at 11 and we're over. And we thank you so much for staying beyond
Amen.
the time. We
Absolutely.
thank our co-hosts that have come in. Let's see. Just people talking about their comments. They talked about God, marriage, and business. Oh, sweet mama, don't forget to give us the lipstick detail. Big sis. Dougie, thank you. Pokey, amen, amen, all day. Thank you, Chelsea, for coming in. We enjoyed our topic. You have to get ready for our Monday show. So
Who?
make sure you go on to YouTube Street Tactics Radio. Make sure you like, click, share, subscribe, and hit the notification button. So when we do come on live, you'll see our live shows. We alternate on Mondays. Our topics is either a music show or a relationship show. Mondays, Eastern Standard Time. We have slightly moved our time temporarily to 8-ish because of
Hello.
scheduling.
Hello. Yeah.
Justin, who
Huh.
is Dougie?
Dougie from across the alley.
Douglas, what you call him?
Yeah.
And Calvin and Douglas.
Yeah.
Oh my God, he's something else.
Yeah, Dougie be wilding. But okay, go ahead, finish
Thank you
wrapping it
so
up, cousin.
much. Thank you,
right.
Janine.
Okay.
Your sister was on there. Big sis, your big sis Janine was on there, giving y'all the low on there. Thank you for coming in, Chelsea. Simply Tim, Pokey, Maurice. Thank you so much, Dougie. Let's see who else we have on. Monica. Thank you, gracias. Right, we got our spam people out the way. Thank you so much for our backup technical advisors for getting the spammers out of our chat room. Appreciate y'all. Y'all are so wonderful. Dougie, let's see. Brooklyn Z, we'll see him on the other show. So thank you, everyone, for coming. Brother-in-law, I know he was on earlier. I guess when sister came on, he got up off of there. So thank you so much. Our next show is on Monday at 8 o'clock-ish, depending on when our technical advisor get us on. Don't know what the topic will be, so that means you have to subscribe to Street Tactics, come in, hit that notification button, make sure you tell a friend, tell a foe we don't care, come on through so you can see the crew. I am Sweet Mama G wrapping it up for tonight, co-host.
I'm Baldy E.
Yeah. And Chelsea C. No, I'm not
Yeah.
And
Thank
me.
you, cousin Daryl. Yes, Chelsea. And who is our technical advisor?
DJ
Amen.
Concrete.
Yes,
Yeah, so
thank you so much for coming in. Thank you, Mr. James, as well. Big sis. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful weekend. We will see you back here on Monday. Monday is a holiday for a lot of folk. So check the schedule out. I know some of y'all might be off. So make sure you do check us out at 8 o'clock-ish on Monday, Eastern Standard Time. Have a good weekend, everybody. Kisses,
Good night.
smooches.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.
all right.
Good night.
Thank y'all,
Bye-bye.
everybody. That was fun. We'll see y'all in a couple days.